It's 3:12 a.m. You're awake, not because of noise, not because of caffeine, because your brain just ran a simulation. What if the car won't start tomorrow? What if your company announces layoffs? What if your rent goes up again? What if something breaks? You don't even know what something is, but you know it's coming. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The anxiety isn't about money. It's about exposure. You're financially exposed. But there's a number, not huge, not flashy, that removes most of that exposure almost overnight. It's not $1 million. It's not $250,000. It's $10,000. And once you hit it, you don't just have money, you have leverage. Let's talk about why. Part 1. Life without a financial cushion. When you have no savings, life feels fragile. The check engine light isn't an inconvenience, it's a threat. A $600 medical bill isn't annoying, it's destabilizing. An unexpected $300 expense doesn't fit in the budget, it goes on a credit card and grows. Without savings, every decision becomes defensive. You're constantly calculating, can I afford this? Will this bounce? How close am I to zero? Your brain is running survival math all day. That drains you. It affects your focus at work, your patience at home, your sleep, your confidence. Financial insecurity isn't just a numbers problem, it's a nervous system problem. Part 2. The $10,000 threshold. Now, here's where things change. $10,000 doesn't make you rich, but it absorbs impact. And most financial disasters are impact events. Let's break it down. Car repair, $800 to $2,500. Insurance deductible, $500 to $2,000. Emergency travel, $600 to $1,500. Short-term job loss, 2 to 4 months buffer. Medical bill, often under $5,000. Most unexpected life events fall under 10K. That means once you hit this number, you're no longer one surprise away from collapse. You've built shock absorbers, and shock absorbers change how you drive through life. Part 3. The psychological shift. Here's what nobody explains properly. The real power of $10,000 isn't what you spend, it's what you stop fearing. You stop checking your bank account every day. You stop panicking when bills post. You stop avoiding calls from unknown numbers. You feel steady. That steadiness affects everything. When you're not in survival mode, you negotiate better. You speak with more confidence. You make clearer decisions. You think longer term. Stress narrows your thinking. Security expands it. And expanded thinking leads to better outcomes. Part 4. Decision fatigue, the silent killer. When money is tight, you make dozens of micro decisions every day. Name brand or generic, drive across town for cheaper gas. Can I afford to say yes to this event? Should I delay this payment? Each decision drains mental energy. This is called decision fatigue, and when you're financially unstable, you're exhausted by 2 p.m. But when you have $10,000 saved, most of those micro decisions disappear. You buy what you need. You handle small expenses without stress. You focus on bigger priorities. That reclaimed mental bandwidth is powerful. It's like upgrading your brain's operating system. Part 5. The confidence multiplier. Confidence isn't personality, it's positioning. When you have savings, you're not desperate for the job offer. You're not afraid to negotiate. You're willing to leave a toxic workplace. You're more selective. That changes your trajectory. The person with no savings has to accept the first decent offer. The person with $10,000 has time, and time is power. This is why two people earning the same salary can have completely different lives. One operates from pressure, the other operates from leverage. Part 6. Opportunity Creation. Here's something people misunderstand. Emergency funds don't just prevent disaster, they create opportunity. Example, there's a certification that costs $2,000 but increases your income by $8,000 annually. Without savings, you skip it. With $10,000 saved, it's a strategic move. Or maybe a better job requires relocating. A side business requires startup capital. A networking event opens doors. Without margin, you can't act. With margin, you can. Money expands options, and options change lives. Part 7. The Identity Shift. The biggest transformation isn't financial, it's personal. Saving $10,000 proves something to you. You are capable of discipline. You can delay gratification. You can build something long term. That identity is more valuable than the money. Because once you become someone who saves, the process accelerates. You protect the habit. You look for optimization. You increase income strategically. You stop self-sabotaging progress, and then 10,000 becomes 20,000, then 50,000. But it starts with the first 5 figures. Part 8. Why income isn't the deciding factor. You probably know someone who makes 6 figures but has nothing saved, and someone else who makes $45,000 but has built a cushion. The difference? Skill of retention. Building $10,000 teaches you the most important wealth-building skill, keeping money. Without that skill, higher income just increases lifestyle. With that skill, higher income increases freedom. Part 9. The Snowball Effect. Here's what happens once you hit 10K. You stop panicking. You start planning. You invest excess money. You pursue income growth. You build momentum. Momentum is powerful because now you're not trying to survive. You're trying to advance. And that mental shift compounds faster than interest ever could. Part 10. Getting there, realistically. Now, let's be practical. If $10,000 feels impossible, zoom out. $10,000 in 2 years is about $417 per month. $10,000 in 3 years is about $278 per month. That's achievable with expense optimization, side income, selling unused items, redirecting lifestyle inflation, automating transfers. The key is consistency, not intensity. Saving aggressively for 3 months and quitting doesn't work. Small, boring, repeatable contributions do. The first $10,000 doesn't change your car. It doesn't change your house. It doesn't change your wardrobe. It changes your posture. You walk through life differently. You're not hoping nothing goes wrong. You're prepared if it does. And that shift from fragile to stable is the foundation of every larger financial milestone. Not because $10,000 makes you wealthy, but because it makes you unshaken. And once you experience that feeling, you'll never want to go back.